Hi everyone, my name is Kara Adams. I am with Missouri Assistive Technology, and today I'm going to talk about Proloquo2Go. I'm going to talk about some of its different features, some different setting options, and then how to edit the grid, the buttons, all of that. Okay, so Proloquo2Go is this icon here with the owl on it. So I'm going to click that. So when you first download Proloquo2Go, it is going to prompt you to create a user and to select some different options. Once you go through this, it'll just automatically come up to the vocabulary page. So you won't have to do this every time. This is just the first time once you download it. So I'm going to select get started. I am a new user. Next, I'm going to type my name. You can choose some different languages. I'm just going to leave it as English. And then there are several different voice options. So they do have them categorized if your user is a boy, girl, man, woman. They have some different fun options. You can go through and listen to them.
Hello,
before.
my name is Ella.
Hi, I'm Will, the evil American English.
Hi, I'm Tracy, the female American English speech synthesis voice.
Okay, so you can change that later. Same with the grid size, you can change it later. Here, they recommend this grid size, a 7x11, 77 button. You can increase it, you can decrease it, but I'm just going to leave it as the 77 buttons for now since that is the default option. It's just skin tone for all of the icons. I'm going to click agree and finish. Okay, so this is the main homepage that I'm currently on. So one of the cool features with Proloquo2Go is their color coding system. So they use the modified Fitzgerald key. So essentially all the different types of words are color coded. So the nouns are orange, verbs are pink, the pronouns are yellow, the adjectives are blue, and the prepositions are green. They also have it set up to where, on this main homepage, you can see these are all core words, and then they have some different folders. So the core words are, the words that are going to be used the most frequently. They're here on the main page. Because they're used more frequently, they're easy to access. And then the fringe words, so those are the words that are more specific, the ones that we don't use quite as often, those are going to be in the folders if they have a word button for that. Something else, whenever they designed this app, they really thought about the motor plan. So essentially they designed it to where they wanted to make it very easy to navigate, very easy to find words, rather than having to go a page within a page within a page within a page. They wanted to give multiple opportunities for finding some words. So for example, the word show. The word show has a few different meanings. So for the word show, as in the verb, like I want to show you something, that is here under actions. We're here on the right, telling, and then
Show.
But there is also another meaning to the word show, like a show that you go see, like a play. So for that one, it's under time, special events, more,
Show.
So obviously they were both spelled the same way. The pronunciation is the same. They do have different meanings, but you wouldn't really know other than based on context clues. But they did want to give you that word in multiple locations, because maybe if you're talking about a special event, you want to talk about a show then, or if you're talking about actions and you want to talk about show, they kind of paired it with other like words. So So then it would be easier to navigate and to find those words. So that's just another really cool feature with Proloquo2Go. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some different setting options. So down here on the bottom right, I'm going to click on the settings. So it's under my user. That's just what it will default to. You can add a different user. So I'll just leave it there. Okay, so I'm going to click on appearance. There's a few different options in here. I'm just going to talk about a few things. So like I said, you can change the grid size. They have all of these different options. You can also customize the grid size too if you wanted to. But again, I'm just going to leave it on the 77 buttons. And then the color coding scheme, like I talked about. So we are on the modified Fitzgerald key. They also have the gateway key, the standard Fitzgerald key. You could customize your own. I'm just going to leave it on the modified because that is the default. They also have a ton of different options. You could spend a ton of time going through and customizing each button, changing the background color, changing the border color, changing the text. But that is not necessary for using it. So it is definitely an option, but you don't have to do that by any means. Okay, so I'm going to go back. So for the vocabulary, they do have some different vocabulary options. They have a basic option, the intermediate, and the advanced. There wasn't a whole lot of difference between the intermediate and advanced. There was just a few different folder options that the advanced one had to offer. But I'm just going to leave it at the intermediate since, again, that's the default. Oops. Okay, so speech and language. So you, like I said, you can change the voice after the fact as well. So you can go through and click, and all of those different options are here. You do have to download. So the only ones that are downloaded right now are Ryan and Tracy. You can download any of these other ones. They're all free. You just have to, it just takes a minute to download. You can also change it to where they speak slower or faster. Okay. And then the only other thing that I wanted to point out in here is under access method. So right now, if I click on the word
Make.
As soon as I click it, it speaks. But you can change this. And now, as I'm clicking it, it's not speaking. That's because I have to hold and release. So this is a really great option for kids that like to sit and click. There are, repeated button pressers. So that kind of helps prevent that. It's really good for kids that maybe lay their hand on the screen to try to help stabilize their finger whenever making selections. It kind of helps prevent some accidental button presses. And then same with, if they're trying to say the word make, that's a pretty tiny button space. So they maybe accidentally hit the button next to it. So it helps prevent some of that by making it a little bit more intentional by having you hold and release. So those are just some different options there. I'm going to go back and change that. A little tip is if you do increase that hold duration, that goes for everything that's on the screen. So even the buttons down here, even to get to settings, you have to hold to get back to that. So I'm just going to change that back to 0. Okay, so that's just everything that I want to cover in the settings. Okay, so I'm back on the home page. So they have a few different options at the bottom. You can see these 4 squares. That's just a quick toolbar. They have a keyboard, a home button. The pencil is the editing option, and then the settings. So whenever I click this, this is just a tool pop-up bar. So one really cool feature in here is the search feature. So say I want to figure out where the word water is. So again, they have it in multiple locations. Let's say I'm talking about water as in I want a drink of water. So whenever you click that, it will show you exactly how to get to it. So it's under food, more, drinks.
Water. Water.
So that is just, it's kind of like a quick little, tutorial of how to find a word, how to get to a word. If a word is not available, it's just not going to show anything. So then that will either mean you either have to type the word or a new button will need to be created for that. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to click on the 4 squares again. Another option, so they do have the typing. So I'm just going to show you with the typing real fast. It does have a word prediction. You can set it up to where it will speak after you click the space bar, but mine is not set up like that right now. But whenever you type out the sentence that you're saying, you can click the speak up here.
Hi, my name is Kara.
And it will speak the sentence. So those are some cool features with that. I just want to point out the difference between typing and keyboard.
H-I.
So this one also does not speak the word after the space bar, but whenever you click up top,
Hi.
it will say hi. But if you notice, it does say every letter, same with the numbers.
3, 5, 35.
So whenever you do click the space bar, it does lump them together. But that is just a difference with that. It does not have word prediction either. So depending on your students' capabilities, their needs, just think about the difference between the keyboard and the typing because they are just slightly different. Okay, so I'm going to click on this again. So another option, they have recents. So these are just, some things I recently used. Maybe I want to say,
Hi, my name is Kara.
maybe I'm introducing myself to multiple people and I keep wanting to go back to that. So that is an option there. And then this soft, loud, and shout, those are just some different volume options. So the soft, I think that was already on soft. Loud increases the volume. I think the shout is like the max volume. So those are just some quick different volume options. So the other thing that I wanted to point out, let's see. So this is just a quick, like this copy, add, clear, delete. Those are just quick editing options. You don't necessarily have to use those, but if I just wanted to click to add, I can, since I already had that in the toolbar, I could add that, but I'm not going to add that on this page. But, whenever you type something, if you want to add it and make it into a button, you can do it that way. Okay, so the other big thing that I'm going to talk about is the different editing options. So I'm just going to click on this pencil. So right now I don't have anything clicked, but let's say I want to click questions. I can double tap to open that folder. So any of these I can add. I can click on the ones that are already here and I can change them. So there's a lot of different options with that. It is kind of nice because a lot of these, they did build in space to have, extra things added. So I'm going to go back. Let's see. I'm going to go with food, drinks. So I'm going to edit this page. Okay, so let's say I really like, so on the left or on the right, you can click to add a folder, or on the left, you can just add a button. So I'm just going to say I really like Dr. Pepper. Oh, look, it's already coming up. So that image already comes up. So just the difference here, the label, that is what's going to actually appear on the icon. And then this top part is what it's actually going to say. So if I wanted to say, maybe I just want it to say soda, or the label to be soda, but then it's Speak Dr. Pepper. I'm just going to click done real fast.
Dr. Pepper.
So it looks like soda, but it says Dr. Pepper. So those are just some differences there. If you maybe want a shorter label on the button, but you want it to speak a longer sentence, or I could say, it could say Dr. Pepper, but then whenever I click on it, it would say, I want Dr. Pepper. Those are just some different options there. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna actually have it say Dr. Pepper. I think that's just the default. Okay, so it also comes up with several different options. Maybe you want like a fountain drink instead of a can. Also, you can add your own picture. So when you actually click on this picture right here, you can delete the picture, choose a symbol, choose a picture. So if you would like to choose a picture, let's say allow full access, and then you had a picture of Dr. Pepper, a real picture of Dr. Pepper in here, you could select that as well. So I'm just going to leave that as it is for now. Again, you can spend a ton of time editing all of these. I see that a lot of these other ones are yellow, so I'm going to, that's a little dark. So I'm going to leave it that, and then that looks pretty similar. You can change, as you can see, the width, the text, the display, visibility, all of that. And then word kind, if you were trying to stick with the color coding option, you could also select it here. So those are some different options there. Then I'm going to click done. Another thing that I wanted to show you. So I'm going to go to, let's see, activities. So these are really cool because when you click on them, like let's say bowling, for instance, they have several different options down here.
Ball, pin, bowling, strike.
So these words are obviously words that make sense when it comes to bowling. They're vocabulary words that you would use when you're bowling. So that's a really cool, another really cool feature that this has. So I just like that option if you wanted to, come in here and change anything. You can by all means, maybe instead of write, I'm going to do type. And then again, it gives me some different options. I'm going to click done. So just some more editing options there. Okay, so here I'm going to add a folder. And let's see. So there's some different template options depending on what words that you want to have. I am going to go with places. And then I'm going to pick park. I'm just gonna leave that picture as is and click done. So this action here, when you click it, it's going to open the folder. So I'm gonna just double tap. Okay, and so now I'm in the folder. So then within the folder, I can add, you know, more buttons. I can click right there and add, let's say, slide. I'm gonna click done. Let's see. So I'm good with that. One other thing that I wanted to show you within this. So if you wanted to, let's say, I'm gonna go back. Let's say within this. So I also have park right here
Park.
too. Let's say whenever I click that button, I want it to go to another page. So I'm going to click edit again. So whenever I click on park, you can see the actions down here. So I'm going to click on actions and I'm going to add an action. Now I'm going to scroll. They have a few different options. But a lot of those, I mean, unless you're making like a clear button and you want it to clear the message, some different things like that, a lot of those you don't really need. But with a navigation piece, if you want it to open a folder, okay, so I'm going to click on, so I had to click on that I over there and folder. So I think I had just created a park folder. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. So then it's going to open the folder now that I've added that.
Park.
So now I am on the folder that I had just created, and it's going to take me to those words, and I can add more words. I can add park, slide, swing, all different kinds of words that are associated with that. So then again, it's a little easier to navigate since I'm already in places talking about that.
Park.
Then I can have it navigate to that specific page set. So that is basically the basics with Proloquo. Just some different editing options. They have a lot of good options in here. A lot of words to choose from that are already created. And then again, you can go in, they leave plenty of space. You can go in and add your own, move some things around to best fit your students' needs. So hopefully you find that helpful, and good luck with using Proloquo.